There was this one part where I had a falling Geronimo sound, and I never had the sound of hitting the ground or the little animated motion things and cloud of smoke that usually signifies that the character has hit the ground or fallen to the base, the fiend of the fall. I don't even think it's their own Geronimo sound. It's the sound of them falling. Falling. I think that my sound of falling would be pretty great. So if I ever did decide to jump, I would make sure it was from someplace really, really, really high. Because as I fall, I know I'll have a mighty lot to say. A great way to go. What a great way to go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Way to go. Isn't that something? Usually, or it could be, it's also a way to tell someone a job well done. A way to go. But a way to go is also like a path for an exit. A style in which you will leave. When you say we'll leave fast enough, it sounds like you're just mumbling relief. Funny how a legend on a map is what tells you how the map works, but a legend is something that they say lives on, but I don't even know what a legend does. I just know it ends with an end and it starts with a leg. I don't know if it's a leg that's pulled or one that you break, or if it's the leg that is up. Perhaps one of the two that you stand on. But does that mean something? Who's making me stutter? I don't know who's making you stutter. Who's letting you stutter? That's me. I'm letting someone make me stutter. That sucks. If only I had a longer memory window. What would I do if I had short memory windows? I would probably just audio record myself all the time, but then I would never get to listen to them. Or if I did listen to them, I wouldn't have memory long enough to listen to the part earlier where I would lay the understanding for the thing I said later. Which maybe is why I always break my meaning down to a letter by letter. Letter by letter and piece by piece, like the ledge and the end and the pre and the tend. Oh yeah, tend also is the first half of like a habit, or sort of, maybe the word. I'm not saying that it has its origins or that the Greek root is this in Latin, blah blah blah. I'm just saying this is Amanda's math, and these are the words and the letters I see and how I relate their meanings to something that might mean something in the future, something that disagrees or lends itself to a synchronicity, a state of something besides state of, I don't even know, sanity, a state of contentness, a state of constant worry, but also a constant like icing on the cake. Not on purpose, but naturally, you have to learn how to function no matter how you feel inside. So then the insides just get used to feeling like that, and because you wear it so well on the outside, the central nervous system just forgets that at its center, it is nervous all the time. People are like, oh, it's just part of our body. It's like, bro, it's just part of its name, central nervous system. That's just part of what it does now. Central nervous system, poor CNS. It remembers a bunch of stuff we don't, I hear. And thank goodness, because I'm not sure my brain and my heart could handle too much. To repress something means to push it down real far, right? But when you break that word down, it means to push something. Again, repress. So I'm like, what? How? And is that going to serve us? I think perhaps that must mean something. Maybe a whole bunch of angels are like somewhere laughing at a bar in the corner going like, oh, look at this. Somebody out there's going to love this. We're going to make the word repress mean like this. Oh, and it's going to go so much deeper because repress is going to be this. People are going to have trauma. Yeah, Earth is going to be great and everything, but they're also going to have bad stuff. It's going to make them appreciate the good stuff all the more. Trauma. Oh, I like that. It rhymes with diorama. Like what we're going to make so that we can have the blueprints ready for what we're going to build. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. God is going to love this tomorrow. I'm gonna rock this proposal. Diorama, trauma, drama. There's all sorts of stuff that it kind of rhymes with. And Rama. No, unrelated. No. Red rum, unrelated. Ram, also of computer, unrelated. Anything else? See, they can't just all come through. You have to be a real certain type of nonsense to be a nonsense. And then later on, you just see if they add up. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of the others. Synchronicity. There's nothing else there. So we'll build it. If you build it, they will come and dispute the charges because they have too many bills and the government isn't doing what they should. So if you build it, they will. Yum. William built it. William built it real good. But I don't have another name besides Amanda, so people don't call me Bill for short or William, nothing like that. There's just Amanda Desiree Flores. And there's not too many of those out there. So I want to know, Texas Lottery Commission, where is my $3,000? Here's the receipt you gave me for it. But look, here's my receipt from the place that you say you sent it. They got nothing. Like me, they got nothing. So where's my money? Where's my money? We're all trying to make change one way or another. I think it's funny. I just don't remember how to say it. Or I think it's a clever moment. It's like you're at the gas station and I guess, you know how some cashiers are like, for some reason, trying to, like, it's their number one goal to see how little actual change they can give you, but keep it accurate. Like, everybody wants to keep it to the 5 spots or the 10 spots or something like that. It's like, okay, total's $10.71. It's like, okay, you give them $11 and they look at it and they're like, you don't have a penny? Like, okay, you have a nickel and a penny? Fuck. Like, what? Like the person who has like the most silver still remaining in their register at the end of the week gets like a bonus or what? Oh, $5.98. You don't have like a nickel on you? So then I can just give you, like, why? You can make change, but some people have preferences as to how the change is made. And a lot of us on the other side paying will just be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I do have a penny. Let me give that to you. Make it easier for you to give me a dime as change. But some of us, and I think this might make all the difference, ask, why? Yeah, wait, I do have a penny. But before handing it over, they're like, wait a minute. Should I ask her why? Because I might need that penny later. It might seem sort of on the surface as an observation and like it might not matter. But what I think I'm accidentally getting at or have gotten to here is that change matters, but you cannot give it a blanket. You can't just say, all change is not the fucking same is all I'm saying. There's change for good, there's change for bad, and then there's change for just same but more different. They all can be coming off as something, others will be different behind the scenes, and some have good intentions, and some have different consequences. Change is the only constant, is what we've all found, blah, 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 blah. And that's not revolutionary. What is revolutionary is how we manage to make the change and how we manage to also cope with the lack of being able to make the right changes. I've been block walking lately. They call it canvassing. I wonder why they call it canvassing. If I could be so bold as to speculate that perhaps they are implying that there is hope yet, that no matter how dirty and murky all the paint and mistakes and erase marks and tears, that the artists, we'll call them artists, the people who fucked up and also made beautiful the places that we call home and the people that we came from and all the laws and the things and the systems and the anti-systems and all the things that make everything in between. if after all that, and on top of all that, we can still imagine that there's a canvas still to be had. A canvas at all is there, and we can still, like, put something on it without fucking up all the foundation. Or maybe we need that broken foundation, like, maybe that's what we need. I think there's some stuff that's an example of that. I'll think of it later. Oh, the way that poop helps things grow, maybe like fertilizer, like something that we fucked up, or that's gross, or that's bad, or that is waste otherwise, but that we have to find a way to for, we gotta, it's like a function that's not had on its own. It's not a natural thing that comes on its own, but we must functionize it. Like, maybe that's the true funk, is that where out of necessity, or out of, like, maybe just a personal, like, penance, or just a way to make things right when you can't make things right because the people who you wronged are, like, dead, or your apology is bad, or you don't know for what to apologize and there's no way you can make it right, and it's all so vague, like the vagus nerve, which we'll talk more about later, but not too much, because you don't want to press that button any more than once. We need to hear it. We need to hear it. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you to update your voter's registration. We still have several weeks before the last day where you can make sure to make your voice heard. So silence is also a choice. Make it count at the polls. It's a circus, it's a ride. It's a murky, murky night to stay home. Because when you're home, well, I don't know. I just know that it matters. You know what? If you, like, have the nerve to say something to me about this, whether it's, like, agreeing or disagreeing with me, or about how you do or don't care and why, then already you've proven me right. And so good luck with, like, the big guy at the gates of heaven where you go, because I'm sure that's where you're going to go. But that's the first thing he's going to want to know is, like, why didn't you vote? And when you start to speak your answer, click. That sucks. Yeah, but that's the truth of it. I wish I would have known sooner. But everybody's all sad because my vote doesn't count, my vote doesn't count, my vote doesn't count. Well, let us hear it. You want to say something, man? You want to say it? I want everybody who challenges somebody to a brawl at any dive bar until, like, November 6th to be like, and take this to the polls. What if? Yeah? Is that what you really think? And right before it gets, like, breaks the bottle. All right, man. Where's your voting district? No. You wanted to take it there? You're coming at me like this? No, seriously, what's your voting district? Okay. And I'm going to bring three others with me to vote. My brother, my uncle. My uncle's hardcore, man. I'm going to bring my cousin. I have a whole bunch of cousins that are about to turn 18, first-time voters. They're going to bring friends, too. It's getting pretty dark out here. Today I did work, but not in the field. I sort of did my own, like, personal, I'm just trying to get in tune and in touch with that side of me. And really think about what I think. And I want to make sure I'm 100% present in these issues. And the truth is, I don't know about all these issues. I have my notes. I did my reading a little bit. But, like, how am I tell people that I don't know all the way? And how I know if they don't know all the way? I know I don't know a lot, but I don't know what they know. And I'm scared to ask because they might tell me. And I'll have to share what I know. What if I show that I don't know much at all after all? I don't want to scare them away. I want them to have confidence in me. Nothing I can do about that, is there? I'm gonna go sleep now. I don't like it here. I want to know where my friends are. Where are my friends? Why are they pretending over there? They must not be your friends, Amanda, if they're pretending over there. Real friends pretend right here, where I can see them. They don't even want to play anymore. They're just leaving me to play by myself. A man's better in a sandbox by her own. By her own? Ooh, I like that. Because what you meant was by herself. But then you said by her own. You meant on her own and you meant by her own. I like it because buy is also buying, which means purchase, which implies that my worth is more than something intangible and maybe has some money sign on it too. Oh, so sweet. Let me count the ways. Let me count the tax deductions. Who said that? You are giving write-offs a whole new meaning. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3 is 4. 3 is for the 3 is for. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. And I'm taking my 3 and 4 with me. No. Oh, how often is the ball active in a game? Strike on home. Home, isn't that interesting? You start at home and the whole goal is to see how often you can get back home. It's like somebody throws something at you and then you're like, get out of here, this is my home, this is my family. Oh, with a stick. There's a reason that we guard our doors with bats behind them when intruders come, but some of us still don't ask, who is it? But we have the bat ready. Olivia Slugger is ready to go. This is my home. I might run away from it, but I am gonna be back fucking soon, so you better watch it. One way or another, I'm making contact right here. Boom! Boom! You know those batters who are like ready to bunt? That's their thing. You can tell that bunting is that's their superpower. The coach has been working real hard with them because they have a great bunt. I always wondered about the people who have a great bunt. It's a strategy, I guess, in sort of making contact with the ball and letting it go too far, but not too far, just far enough so that it's a hassle for anybody else to get. By that point, you're through first. Isn't it interesting that first base is the one place where it's not contact base, your safety there? First base is the only base out of all of them where as long as you already made contact with it before the other guy did, you're okay. Any other base, you have to be right on it when they come back. Right? Interesting. But first, and so long as you get off of the field, as long as you get off, outbound and run sort of out, you're fine. Or whatever you do, don't run toward the field. So hit your mark and then get out of there. Safe. We're not breaking any rules at all, right? Which is why I was never really a fan of just getting to first base. When I hit that ball, I hit it. And second base, at least second base. I was always third, fourth batter. So I was always coming back home. And that felt nice. And to be in charge of some other people finding their way home was even better. And for those reasons, I still make it a habit to hit up the batting cages every now and then. Plus it feels real good. Ball 2, ball 3, ball 4. It's always the worst having your plates handed to you. Home is a plate, but the other are bases. Interesting. Good observation. I'll let you know if I find something there. A lot of stillness in that game, huh? And how it heavily relies on the way and what is thrown at you. And how you catch it. And if you put your glove down, because you can be right there, but if you don't have your glove on the ground, it's just going to go right through. Or you have a backup guy who's going to catch it, but it's going to take a little bit longer. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Well, good thing we got nothing but time. I'm hungry. It's beautiful. Maybe that is why I love softball. Yeah, but it's the same game, isn't it? It's just a different ball. Is it the same game? It is, right? pitch. Interesting. That was never a picture. Third, and then I found I had an arm at third. Only occasionally was I short, and then I was the stand-in apprentice catcher, and never again. First black eye, tons of injuries, and really hurt. That's a strategy. Make sure your catcher and your pitcher are enemies. It all makes for some fierce fucking throwing. As long as they each have integrity, you have a fucking ball game. Bring the ice packs, bring the ball games. I got my research in the fence and I was sticking in, as third or fourth battle. Well, I guess I had a little bit of an ego, but not in a bad way. It's just like, I loved it. And I wanted to be good. I wanted to stay good. And I wanted to keep hitting the ball. I hated a foul ball. Hated being walked. It's cool. Like get to first base anyway. And I'm not about to chase a ball, but I'd rather hit it. Actually, I would much rather hit a ball than like walk. I would do that. I was always reaching for a ball because I wanted to hit it. Truth is, like, you didn't have to be a strike for me to hit it. I could hit that one too. I could hit that one. More like a challenge for me. Like, you should get extra points for if you swing and hit at a ball. That's way out of the zone, bro. But like, I really want to play, so you know. All right, take that one all the way home 3 times. That's what the minion was saying. It was a radio show. Mumbly minions. I guess there was a large minion. Oh, wouldn't that be scary? Maybe that's my costume. Where are all the Halloween costume parties and contests? Maybe that's how I'll make my red next one. Giant minion. And I'm gonna be putting on the wrist. And I'm gonna be I can even be squared if I want to do the 636. I don't know how I'll do that. I'll make a bunch of bad puns and I can put them on. Vote for your pun. Well, I'll just eat this like this. Crank Yankees. It's like either like a baseball team or former like players who now have an issue with drug war. It's like crank yankers, where you call a bunch of athletes to make jokes. You have to New Yorkers. Did you hear what happened with Snoop Dogg? Yeah. What? I don't know. I took a bow of silence. That joke only works if somehow the person to whom you're telling it already knows the punchline. I love it. In the perfect world. In a perfect world. You put up a fight like it's a piece of home interior. And I loved that. Feng shui. Cool, man. And you wear it on your sleeve. The same place you wear your biceps. In case you really need to fight someday. In which case, just so you know, you hold them up here. Because this is a dance move. It's called tabletops or daggers. I know this is daggers. This is tabletop. But this is a good offense. It's a solid defense. It's a block. And even a block started as a square. Party. Party. It's so much fun. I don't like going to Amanda's parties anymore. You have to like, she says a bunch of stuff and like and later on some of it makes sense, but I'm just like, it's too much, it's too much. Bring coffee. Bring coffee. How was it? I missed it all. I missed it all. Oh. Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This is where the 2x4. This is Halloween. This is 2x4. Halloween. 2x4. Halloween. 2x4. In this town we call more or less what you put on a door. Something you'll eventually pay for when you don't get deposits back. So listen up, this is tough, but these painters suck, and so you have to be careful what you do, because the walls will do this too. And you'll get blamed, you'll get blamed, you'll get sorted from their aim. Their aim will be to prove that it was you, it was always you. So you can either work now to start defending yourself, or you can just lean the fuck right in, grab your paints right now, and let's paint that wall. If you're not going to break it down right away, then at least paint it. I love it. It's extreme home. Make lovers, lover over, move that short bus, show time with deposits. Posit means to, and we'll just stop there. I think it could have been a good show, but like, I'm gonna do the first posit. No, stop it anymore. It's a great way to fail, and we do it like this. There's no dance to it. You can't dance to it. No. You can dance to things that don't have a rhythm. But can you dance to things that don't have beats? Yes. Yes, you can. You shouldn't, but you can. Yes, you can. You shouldn't, but you shouldn't. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. No makeup. You think better without makeup. You speak more truth when you don't wear your makeup. I want to make makeup on my eyebrows. No, I want to make up here. I'm going to make up here, I'm going to make up here, and everything else is true. True, made up. True, made up. True, concealed. True, repressed. True, I should have worn the other vest. True. True. You mean like shoes what I wear, or like shoe that go away? I don't know. But we have to do something about your hairline. When your hairline becomes the punchline, the limelight won't have a line out the door or unblocked unless you become part of the circus tour. The circus tour? I don't know, Amanda. What you're saying is that you think that you're on par, on line with the bearded woman and the double twins and not because of what you call a receded hairline? Yes. Yes, I do. But it's not something I publicly shame myself on or mention. I'm in the privacy of my own home, doing some healthy coping things with myself and all of my faults, so that I can more easily realize my perfections. I'm like, what? If you take all of your self-judgments to like a higher volume and really just, and this, don't recommend this to everybody, of course, but depending on your issues, if you were to really raise the volume and add profanity to all of the things that you think are wrong with you, and then watch it or listen to it, or defend yourself against yourself. Like maybe film yourself doing it and then film yourself defending yourself. It's like, I don't know. It's like when you have to tell somebody else advice, right? Or even if it's the same issue, you suddenly know exactly what to do. You suddenly know exactly what to say. Everything becomes clear. Like, well, that's my friend. No, you shouldn't do that. Absolutely don't do that. No, what? No, you know your worth, you know your blah, blah. Just positive. Oh, you know you should, blah. Well, do that for you. I mean, don't do that for you. Do whatever you have to do to convince yourself to do it for you. So that's what I was doing, but I wasn't expecting an audience. Because if I wasn't expecting an audience, I would at least put on makeup first, so that the hairline could stand out from the 7th row and the back row. Because otherwise, they'll be like, what is she talking about? It's stage makeup. It's stage makeup. You got to be able to see everything, reaction, emotion. A little eye twitch from all the way the back of the auditorium of the Coliseum. You put the Seum in Coliseum. but only if somebody puts a stage makeup and a performer first. You know, this isn't bullfighting, man. Like, that stuff doesn't need makeup. That's the only stuff that really rings true for how far you are. I happen to be like a bird throw and was not expecting to do violence. I thought that bullfighting was just like Bugs Bunny did. Boop, 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 with a little red handkerchief. Ba, 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 we're doing a little dance and I'm teasing you and you're racing over because you like the color red. Hey, fun, fun, fun. Matador. Not even thinking that mata means kill. And we're not relaying what that would have to do with bullfighting. Oh, I was relieved, however, as they dragged the bull away with 4 horses on a hot, steamy day. Daggers in his side, just bleeding. Oh, poor dude, he put up a fight. I was like, what's happening? Why is he, what the fuck is happening? When the dude threw the first spear in his side. And when the bull gets all angry, what does the matador do? He runs, and jumps over the little wall to a safety spot where he can watch the bull cool off. So little Tuna hadn't heard this about our mama and my visit to Spain. She really, I don't know, she's so smart, little Tuna, and she's gonna change the world. So that's when she decided to go to Spain to do the Matador scars and the lessons there. She's abroad there, and now she's with Brian. She's over with Brian, taking care of her and stuff. So little Tuna's doing great. Haven't seen any pictures recently, but I know she's doing great. Those are the adventures of she follows me on spring scheme, so she knows what I'm doing and everything. It's oh, sing a song? Did you like to sing a song? Nope. It's just in time to sing a song. Yay! I'm hungry. Why don't you do something about it the next time you say it? All right. I'm going to do it now. Ooh. She's going to do it now. Hey! What's that? Hurts my throat. Starting to hurt my throat. Think. That says a lot about I don't want to. Maybe that's what Camp I Don't Want was. Is it? Was it? I never thought it was I Don't Want, but it must have been. It's Camp I Don't Wanna. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you don't. I know you from Camp I Don't Wanna. Ooh, that's a fucked up response to a pickup line. Yeah. Did you go to Camp I Don't Wanna? Did you go to Camp I Don't Give a Fuck? Did you go to Camp? No. It's like that song by Nicki Minaj they say that I never heard of. Like, my name is No. My number is No. That could be me. Maybe my name is No too. My name is No too. That's just not me. I'm tired. I need some water, and I want to make this cream of wheat. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna have to lay down real quick. Got hot. Where's my water? Here it is. It needs to be filled. Begins with water. Just a measurement of power. Water. Emergency water. Emergency power, water and whatnot. Gonna drink it now. Oh, it's absolutely 1,000% agreed upon. Water matters. Water is life. Water has all this magic in it. And the fact that we need it so much, and the fact that it can be so easily and so obviously affected by our thinking and our energy, and that we need it so much, really just shows how much we need ourselves and our energy, because we're putting into it what it's putting back into us, and so on and so forth. So I don't know, man. It's like you're drinking your own pee basically every time. If you have energy pee, Like, think about it like that. Like, the waste of your energy and your thoughts and everything, you're imbuing into these molecules. Even just right now, as you think, as you talk, all those. Look up. C Tibetan monks, C Japanese water forms, like C, both do we know, C 1,018 other studies. I don't feel like citing right now because I just told you about it, and that should be enough. No, see my cited sources, works cited. Well, that'd be funny. My works cited page is really just like works cited. It's just like a bunch of stuff that I do. Yeah. My resume, you mean my works cited page? My CV, my works cited. The only works cited page I have are the works cited. Works cited? Yeah. I cite my work a lot. All of my reference books are things from which I ran. Reference this book. I booked it from here. I booked it from there. Oh, then there are the things that I booked, that I secured. The gigs that I was sure to be there for. Because I booked a lot of things and I booked a lot of things. I was lucky to escape from a lot of things. Escape. Getting out of there sometimes wears a cape. It is super that we were able to make it this far. It's good. It's worth it. We call it the one-woman shower. Or we would call it that if she had a one-woman show and it was in any way centered around a shower, or having a baby, or centered around her being showered with compliments. You get it. We love puns, and we will push anything to make a good pun come true. To make a pun come true. Well, are we done here yet? Are we done? Are you listening? You're laughing because I ramble a lot and think I'm so clever. Of course. Well, there you have it. I mean, that's really fucking smart. And it's probably the truth. It's gotta be the truth. And that's all in just that little word. That's funny, isn't it? Yes. It just now occurred to Amanda that even though she's thought about this before, now just the juxtaposition, all juxtaposition is an internship for you. You are adjacent and ancient, no longer relevant. And she didn't even finish the sentence because it was that little of relevance. Relevance forever you live on, but then relevance, yeah, like you need to get down with O-P-P, which is beginning of the word opposite. When in doubt about your view and what you're figuring out, just take a look from inside out. It's inside out, boy. I always wanted to be like that kid. The kid who was like always on Nickelodeon in between commercials going, I can swing all the way around the swing thing. I think it is possible. I would have loved to have been like that kid who could prove it on the playground. I always went pretty high, and I wouldn't just stop at going high. I would always go high and then also turn upside down, so much so that I would have my head off to the other side like that. I was really good at the swings. A lot of fun. Still, even as an adult. But I've never gone all the way around. You gotta go pretty fast to go all the way around. And I think if we had the right swing set, maybe. But because we're adults now, and usually the swing sets are made for kids, it's just not very likely that you will reach a speed at which it will be safe to depend on the centripetal force to keep you safe and sound the moment that you perfectly turn upside down, which at other levels and with other things would mean that you would just swing and not fall. But something about the swinging of a swing, perhaps that it's mostly powered by your own kicking, and that's something that you probably can't continue to maintain as you go up and around. And not only can you not continue to maintain it as you go up and around, but in order to actually keep going up and around, you would probably need to accelerate it to continue enough to make it past that point where you can safely not fall, but continue the circle. You know what I mean? But if you could do it, that'd be nice. You wouldn't turn inside out. I don't think. I've never actually tried it. Maybe that's the real way to go back in time, and like it's just the best kept secret of quantum science and everything. Like tachyons are just a diversion of the truth. What? Come on. It's a blue eye. Look at the twins. Don't look at them. Now they're different. Now they're not. That's old news. That's what the new iWatch does now, ladies and gentlemen. Look, it wrote my book in 2 minutes. All I did was ramble for 3. And already on Amazon, I've got 5 copies sold. 5 copies sold. Capiche? If you say copies, capiche, it means something probably. Capiche means like, what? Do you agree? You hear that? Or it also could mean, I'm just saying from like context clues of the situations where I've heard people go, capiche? I think it either must mean that's that, I'm the boss. But I think that before that it meant like, you have the thing to say in response to that, but as a threat. What does capiche mean? You got it? What was the word before that I thought sounded like capiche? Copies. It used to take a long time to make a copy of anything before they made that printing press thing, right? Yes, before they made the printing press, it used to take a very long time because they'd have to handwrite it or type it. And before that, I think they even used to burn it into their skin, wait for the scars to heal, and when they would offer relief, they all learned Morse code and realized that that's not what we meant Braille. It's like Morse code brings on the remorse, and the Braille, well, I think Braille, I'm touched. And it's a good thing, because if I wasn't, you wouldn't understand me. That's the wonderful thing about losing a sense, isn't it? It is. Don't worry, this is just a demo graphic. And there's going to be lots of charts. And you can't say chart without arts, so everybody's going to love it. And the city's going to get funded. And before you know it, we put the fun in funded. The only thing is we have to do it now. Amanda's going to be sad because for her, it will always have been a did that she didn't know she was doing. It's us. It's us. We must be the ones. I hope you guys are the ones. Are you guys the ones? I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm hoping that there's something speaking through me. You throw me. You throw me through a loop. I'm new to the city. I didn't know what it was. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And you know what else rhymes with 410? Pretend. And I don't think you ever ran into traffic and were 5 minutes late due to that. Were you, Amanda? No. I wasn't. The reason I'm late is different all the time in the detail, but in the broad, it's just what the universe wants for me. I don't know. I could start at 8 a.m. to get ready for a 12 p.m. thing, and I will do exactly what I need to do and everything, and maybe that's the issue. It is. It definitely is. Sometimes I can be on time. It's just like, never mind. We're not talking about tardiness right now. Punctuality starts with a punch for a reason, and it ends with a tie. No. Never mind. None of that matters. Jesus Christ. Oh, drink some more water. I'm done. I'm done with profound ramblings. Please exit the theater. They ate her. We spelled it theater here for a reason. We don't close all year. They ate her. They didn't even pick up the spoons in the road. They have to get her open all year because they hate her. And it's open all year. There's no season. Everything happens for a reason. And she wants them to leave because she's done with being profound. She's lost. Leave her there. Leave her where? We can't tell you, or else. I want to double the silence I just spent. But I just can't because I'm going to forget why I did it in the first place. And I should have. I was going to recommend that you listen to the silence just as hard, if not twice as hard, because I thought it had a lot to say. But in making the observation I wanted to tell you, I forgot to do it on my own. And I think I really need to listen to the silence more. But really listen. Maybe there's a reason. Something flash. Oh, last. Never mind. No. Tired. Pee still. Never mind. That's. I thought it said hang my today, but it said hang. Ink to dry. What does it say? I need to focus on the next one. Let me see. Rub to dry. Ooh, hanging today. I was like, I don't have time for that. Oh, sir. She said Shoni drew captions on Instagram. Thought people would think he was cool as you when we start telling you about Shoni. He's just a cat from this cute video. It's both fucked up, but not at the same time. Never mind. Ow. It's terrain. Ooh, terrain is fun. Terrain is fun. Depends on the terrain. Well, it's true. Terrain really does matter. Terrain. I hardly use it anymore, but it's fun to write. It looks cool on the page. Terrain. I like the idea of, because it also sounds like terrain, like something that it's going to do to make whether that amounts is confidently or with a percentage applied to this confidence. One way or another, communicating to an audience, the people who, upon whom memory, that it's going to rain. Terrain. Right? But I like the thought of a future verb creating the surface or foundation upon which you currently move forward or move at all. I like that because when you walk on concrete, you walk a certain pace. When you walk on grass, you move a certain pace. When you walk on Bermuda versus that other one, you walk a certain pace. They probably even differ too. When you walk on the rocks out there, you walk a certain pace. Sometimes they can slow you down. Ever tried running in the rocks? You know what I mean? Running on the terrains upon which you move inevitably will alter your speed. I mean, ask those guys at the Olympics with the ice and the stuff. And that was also discovered in the 1900s with quantum physics. They just took that commercial real quick. This is the one thing that I think we need to let outside of the science box. Press release will include a provision where we allow ourselves to discuss the ice versus the salt and how it moves fast. So the terrain matters. How you walk matters too, but try and put how you walk in vacuum for a second and just the surface upon which you walk or move affecting your speed. Now, of course, that's terrain, but also, if you say the word terrain, sounds like it's like terrain or not terrain, or what did you do this? Or is it bound terrain? Not terrain. Bound to be snowy. Is it bound to be this? Or why did you use something terrain? Oh, there's also the other rain. Oh, I didn't even take it there. Great. It goes too far. There's just too much to explore. Either pond. There's all these ways. So I've already gone. I forgot where we started. So it's hard for the story to live on, if you know what I mean. And we're off. Perfect. And that's how it is every time. You just can't capture it. I love it because cap means something you put on to think, but cap is also something you put on something to end it, or to keep it wet, or to keep it dry, or to keep it safe and chore. Well, it sounds like a chore, but it could be a tour. Either way, you're going around and you're finding something out. Maybe you're working and maybe you're not. That actually is spelled T-U-R-E, so it doesn't really mean much. No. Until you say it. And even then you have to say it a few different ways. And then think about it a little bit. And then say that, and say that, and say that a few different ways. And then, by the time you've gotten there, you're there. Already, with something to say that you thought earlier you would want to say. And the greatest part of it, the greatest part of it is, that's the greatest part of it. Bunch of dirty laundry, and the basket's right there. I have a perfectly healthy wrist without handcuffs, and I'm holding my hands behind my back like it's polite. Ooh. I'm very bitter, and I want to make sure that I'm heard. But all I can manage to do is to think it and ramble it on. And I can't always carry. I think I might have something that matters to say. But I'm not sure I'm ever going to get access to any of it because... Are you guys actually doing anything up there? I'm not going to be like a fucking fullest, saddest urn in the coffin. Because that's the type of death I want and need, really. But I'm just saying, what immigration and I don't want to be all that's gonna hurt. That would hurt so much. Tell me you have something. You're gonna share it. Seriously, I just need to know that you have something. I want so badly, I need so badly to know that I feel that my brain it's soon going to start to have to find its own way to make sure that it doesn't do anything anymore if it can't know, which would suck and which would really hurt, which wouldn't be healthy for my ego, my heart, my brain, or my spirit, or any of you guys for sure. You understand what I'm saying? that somehow is real. I need some sort of something. I need to stop, or I need to stop thinking. I need to stop taking your help and all of your. Whatever it is. Shows the fuck over! Throw down! Produce this clone, but only to throw her down. They didn't practice, but it's perfectly staged. And the stage is a ring. Bouncing, it's perfect, it's got the ropes and everything. I love it, sometimes I do feel like I'm holding myself underwater. That's the sort of sense of urgency that you have to create for the muse to come out. It's like, I'm not going to be a bad mom. No, but if you don't have any kids and you never do that to a human. All right, good. Because for a second there, I was like, maybe I'm taking this too far. What did I say? Muse, tell me more. This little piggy went where? What was it waiting for? Or was that a metaphor? Have you told this to anybody else? Say again. What came on? I was with that part. Okay. I will loosen up the ropes a little bit here. Did you sneeze on me? No. It's a sound effect. Sound effect. When somebody makes a sound, it's just like, not a word or a letter or anything like that. A sound effect. Have you ever heard of an onomatopoeia? Oh, what shoes did they send me? She's free. That explains it. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I don't even want to talk her name. She's the name that we don't need to remember her. There are no bad muses. Yes, there are. How many muses are there? 9. Which one was that? Oh no, she's very rare. Bring her back, bring her back, bring her back. I love it. You do? Yeah, look, we'll talk about onomatopoeias. I was thrown off because never mind, I have a bladder infection, and so it's a hot spot for me. It's bad jokes and all this sort of stuff. And I don't usually do this. This is not something I usually do. I don't make a habit of just like getting my cousins to go and jump a muse from the nearest Parnassus. You know, that's not us. That's not us. I heard you guys were like low on security and whatnot in dire times. Call for dire times. So, maybe we can work together. You want to work together? Maybe we can make something out of this. I don't know. How old are you? Did you go to school? All right. Do you have a day job? Okay. Do you like writing or typing? Do you like music? Do you play an instrument? All right. Are you better teacher or student? Both? Excellent. Do you like talking? Can you tolerate me? Good. I have an extra broom, extra toothbrush, towel closet is on the left, the linen is laden with all sorts of things, and you won't need a spoon here because we have ladles. I love it. And it's multi-layered, and that one's just for friends, between friends. But we'll have an inside joke before you know it. For now, there's the door. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I miscommunicate things with the things I say. That's why I need help. And since we can't release the true name of your name because there are people watching me, we'll talk about that later. Let's make up a name for you because I know you have a new name. But for now, let's call you... Collie? Let's call you like that. Okay, never mind. I've never been good at this. We'll call you to be named. We'll call you Tubi. No, we won't call you Tubi. We'll call you. Fuck. Names are dumb, right? Yeah. I know what. I'll give up my name. We'll both be nameless for now. I love it. Okay, cool. But how are we gonna? Well, there's only two people here. If I'm talking, it'll be to you, and if you're talking, it'll be to me. And if you're not, it'll be to yourself. We'll know when we're talking to each other and when we're not. We'll just know. I'm sure we'll know. This is going to be fun. I have a good feeling about this. Sorry. I didn't need you. All right. You're a trooper. Anyways. It was like 10 minutes. I was going through your face. She's holding me as a hostage now. No. Hostage. It's like a host with age. For a long time now, I've been a great host, I think. And I'm going to continue this until... Never mind. I'm sorry. Earlier I was all right, but... Okay, we'll start tomorrow, she says. Okay, all juiced up. My raw eggs and everything. Ready? My backpack and my notebooks. Everything's going to be great. I'm never going to have to write anything down except for the things I want to write down. And I'll remember all of them and how I got there. Remember. If I don't recall it, I'll be able to put it back together. It's not Frankenstein's monster. It's none of that. It's something new. It's not puzzling, but it will fit just right. It's not one size. But it will happen to me. I love it. I love it too. We love it. Okay. That's how you celebrate. That's how we celebrate around here. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep you. Feel no need to listen to my rambling. We'll talk more tomorrow. Orientation begins at 9. What's happening? Hey, how's it going? Hey. Good. Oh, that's late. Oof. Oh, you're right. It's not that late. But yeah, having a good time. Having a good day. Better than yesterday. Yeah, good one. Mm-hmm. Huh? Yeah, a little bit. I did a little bit of work. I got some laundry done. I went and with my mom, reunited with my mom, did some writing and deliveries. Yeah.
What do you write?
I write performance poetry. You can check it out at amandathepoet.com if you want to. But today I just wrote I like a little bit of wordplay. I do a lot of like stream of consciousness, so like experimental work that sometimes rhymes. Sometimes I like to lay it over music. I used to write like really narrative stuff, like very conversational, like a story or like a conversation with with some lighthearted ways of touching on subjects that could potentially be controversial. But now, after a year or a decade of writing, I think I'm moving into like an experimental stage, and also I want to try comedy. And so my friend is going to take me to a comedy show on Tuesday, so I'm like trying to write down and talk through stuff that could be funny. So there's a lot of not funny stuff, but sometimes every now and then there's some funny stuff. I don't know. I'm scared. Yeah, they sure do. I'm scared they'll all laugh at me. Exactly. So how do you pander to such a varied sense of humor? You have to be universally funny, and that's a lot of pressure.
There's a lot of trial and error.
Right? For sure.
See you later.
Bye.
No problem.
Yes, yes. No toddler does that. Yeah. Maybe Benny started talking, but you didn't hear from me. That is one fucked up toddlerhood. Bunch of crybabies. And so for him, I wrote this lullaby. Love. Oh, never gonna get a song for jokes that fall flat jokes. There's one fucked up toddlerhood. A bunch of crybabies, if you ask me. Chauffeur, a step over it. If you ask me. Puts her sunglasses on. Oh, it's a nice, pretty concept, but then at the end it turns two babies in sunglasses and limos acting like they were trained by Robert De Niro's characters. Characters or caricatures? Ow. Somehow all these concepts are hurting my throat. Oh. Ah. I do like the past tense sense of owed being something that could potentially, I don't know. I like a lot of wordplay. I like wordplay. This is Toys R Us. Toys R Us. It's gotta have something to do with words or our toys, and the IRS is the big company that comes at you and wants you to write everything off. What does it mean to write something off? Ask Kramer. He knows. I know. It just means you put something down and you get a little tax deduction. Deduction. Something from which you deduced. So you mean if I ever thought or figured something out, then they want me to add it to their figures too? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Well, I don't want to be a writer. And all this, the photographer had the audacity to say to me as he handed me a pencil 3 times my size and told me to smile. I should put that photo on my website with that story too. 18 stories for what must have happened to make my face look like that. In this photo. I love that photo. Photo. 1 n short of photon. And you know what that means. When you say a rhetorical something and it should come to a conclusion, all you have to do, sing a jingle too, a little half of a jingle too, as though it's the answer that knows the future, and that is the question that proves itself rhetorical. You put the poof in the proof, the magic smoke in the joke. You put the oracle in the rhetoric, and then you find a bet for it. We're winning. Ooh, we're winning. Ooh, right now we're winning. It never gets old how many ways one can win. Even one is not. Even when one is not. Even one way or another. We've won. And if you're a loser, then you're just won, which could still mean that you have lost. That's where you should have ended it. You should have ended it earlier. Pre that. Pretend we ended it there. A fiend. Da-dum. Da-dum. It's just a teaser, but we're gonna need a bigger boast. We need to tell them it's bigger than it is, and then we're gonna need one. We're gonna need both. Good. Just remain vague. Yes, generic is the new genre, and it's our brand. I love it. She says generic is a brand, but generic really just means genre. I love it. She's so many genres. That's why she's generic. And it's a brand now. I mean, emblem. An emblem. Nothing else comes from emblem, does it? Nope. Blum. Emblem. I like it. Emblem is safe. I can be safe in an emblem. Ooh, emblem. It's just like emblem. Ooh, thank God. Never let me do this again. I never want to go back to there. What was that part about? I don't know. I don't think that was me. I love that the pill is right there on the wall that says no side effects. Did Kelly sign it? I think it's really putting its energy out to me in this space. It's saying, this is a thought. It's a truth. It is framed. It is made from the panels of something maintained and then torn, but not thrown. This is a way to put a thought on a thought, and the consequence it owns, in a page in a way, and a paint in a way, and a frame in a way, on a wall in a way where it still always matters. And it's all right to say what you have to say while you simultaneously are coping with the consequences of the subject matter that you are always touching on, approaching on, building on, still dealing with, working against, overcoming, and going, and coming and going too far and coming from, and la 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 la. You wear it on your sleeve, it's got so much shame, but also you love it, your brain is confused, your heart knows all the stuff. And the notebooks, they speak volumes, but you need to write meter. That's why we're here. Meter. Thank you so much. She didn't sign it, did she? No sign. No silence. Ooh. I only got main effects, bro. No. Yeah. OPP. No side effects. It's like a sound job. This effect is like a sound job. Sound job. How did she do it? How did she do it? I don't know. Did she use the frame itself? I don't know. Panel. Side holder. Panel. Panel. That's all I know. Good. Half of all the stuff she says is only ever definitions she doesn't maybe know, and how they interfere with each other. I love it. We love it. What a great way to be in the not know. Oh, it's true. It is so true. The not know can be a dangerous place unless you know how to use it. Oh, and it's exhausting. I should have stretched. Stop. Look and walk. It's it. It's just it. It's all that. Whatever happens, if during the show we have to call the emergency room people, it must remain part of the show. You don't have to force people to stay there, but I'm not saying you should make it seem like they have to leave. Or also don't invite them to stay, just we'll have to let them know that the fact that this has somehow become part of the show is certainly not staged. And if it was, it wasn't. So staging something and setting something up, are those the same? Yep. And when you strike something, that means you're carrying on the set. Yep. But it also means you swung and didn't hit it. Yep. Or it also means that you could have swung because it was a good throw, but you didn't swing. Isn't that something? The same term, strike, for two very different scenarios. In one, you are thrown a ball which meets perfectly the parameters by which you are pretty much required to swing. Right? Yes. It's a strike if it's there. It's also a strike if it's not there and you swing and it's a strike. So many different definitions of a strike. So many different definitions of a strike. What does it mean? What does it mean? Let's strike. An einhorn. Strike and finkel. Laces out. Strike also means like when you decide on something or like a thing to do, you're like, we're all gonna make sure everybody knows how we feel. And until they hear how we feel and do something about how we feel and change something about the stuff that we feel so strongly about, we are going to I think it's usually like not work there, but I don't know enough about strikes and what all that entails to be able to confidently say that it might not also mean to do something else. I feel as though at the very least though, a strike is like when you stop doing something all together as a team because you want to make your voice is heard, you want to make a change, and you know that the people who can make the change are not doing it, but you know that they need you. And so for these reasons, you go on strike. That's another strike. So what? Oh, that's another strike. So sometimes outside of the field, it's like strike. It could just be a general strike, but that one even comes from the field. So let's think strike, 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 strike. I think that's it. It could be the verb of the strike, where you make a change, but it can also be the strike. Trying. And there's also just like a tally mark against you. Okay, and then what about the match? That's right, there are matches too. And the verb, the motion that you typically are expected to do in order to bring this small little cardboard stick, weird clump of like sulfur stuff on it, is to strike it, to make a fire. One of the most magical, most necessary things of the world. See how good I am with words? They call me nomenclature. They don't. Before and later. They also call her a rapper. Don't do it. Let's go back to strike. So you have the match. Then you have to strike. It's the motion you need to do to light it a fire before it changes from something just a little. I do like that transition. Isn't that funny? We take that for granted. I don't know why matches are not more popular. Lighters are cool and all, but like there's something about a match, you know? Matchmaker. Let's talk about him. I love it. If you like him, wait till you see the guy who makes the fireworks. Do you know how fireworks are made? It's wild. I don't really know how. I've never done it, but I saw once, either in a book or on a stage or like something. It's powerful, cool stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, we never think about the people who make fireworks. And I thought, I want to do that. That's cool. Like, we enjoy them. We're celebrating big time when we light them. But somebody made them. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Alright, anyway, so it's like a mini firework, the match. The strike. Match. Make me Gwen Stefani. Make me a remake of something that mattered away. If I were a rich girl, I would have, I don't know. Remember the song? I don't remember the song. Based on If I Were a Rich Man from The Fiddler on the Roof. You mean Stacey Cat? I didn't know Stacey Cat played the fiddle. Stacey Cat does everything. She's talented. I wish Stacey Cat had ever gotten to meet Little Tuna. That's one regret I have. I wish that Stacey Cat could have ever met Little Tuna. She would have loved Little Tuna. She never met Little Tuna, did she? That just freaking occurred to me. I forgot you were there. I forgot my muse person was there. I'm gonna have to give her a name because it's only, which sucks. You know what really sucks is that I feel the need to give her a name so that you guys know when I'm talking to her. I'm gonna return to her. Oh, what an awful reason to be given a name. For the people listening to know when I'm talking to you. That sucks. I'll call her Thompson. You're Thompson. You're Thompson Jen. You're Thompson. Thompson is my new muse. He's muse number 10. And we are not going to tell you the rest of the story. That's for, but not for me. There's a whole nest of those vicious little red buggers about 200 yards across the field from my front porch. And I am now in the process of killing them. I got the big one a few days ago, and the others have gone into hiding. Do you think that that's coincidence? Wonderful. This is how I write and unwrite half of my stuff. Sometimes it's relevant and sometimes it's not. What do you think about that? Are you spiritual, Thompson? All right. They went all to pieces when the old man finally returned from his last trip across the field. He was blind in both eyes and covered with a hard crust of feathers and peacock dung, and he was leaving a trail of blood from the stumps of his hind legs. Should I go further, or do you want to take it from there? I don't know. When there's nothing to note, you can try to note it here. And when it's there with this note, it will make the other note look like not so bad. So it's much better. Maybe that's what she's doing. Her subconscious is working hard to justify. And it probably is partially right. And when it's not, it knows. And so that's when she starts going, because she knows she's not typically traditionally or like commercially a singer, but she's a character voice. She's definitely an entertainer. An entertainer. Where is the exit for the entertainer is the question. It ends with ER, which we all know is the place that you go for emergencies. So how do you feel about entertainers? How do you feel that this place doesn't have a capacity? How do you feel that we failed the what is the test thing that the firemen do when they come over here? Think about it. Look at all the stuff around your exits. Look around. Do you see the clear exits? Have you tried any of the emergency doors? No. Because this is it's immersive. And we spell immersive with an I''VE. So it ends with the contraction I have. And it stops there. I have something, and also I have. Whatever it is you asked me that I did it. And I also have something that the sentence doesn't finish. What was that? Immersive. Begins with an I'm, has a bunch of something in the middle, and it ends with I, but it doesn't have the apostrophe. You see, this is the math. Okay, now your turn. Sometimes I also pretend to be a teacher even though I don't know what I'm saying. All right, Thompson's turn, everybody. Shh. We're learning. This is learning time. She wants to read the rest of the book part. Yeah, that was weird. The feather blood and peacock. Isn't that something to be covered with peacock feathers? Because peacocks are beautiful, right? Yeah, their feathers are usually out when they're mating, and then they get around lunch, and they're beautiful. And I think mystically they have what? The Have a Heart Trap is a heavy metal box about 4 feet long with doors on both ends and a nice little food tray in the middle. When the animal gets far enough in to eat the Salisbury steak, both doors clank shut and lock firmly. Escape is impossible. How do you feel about that? You're stuck in a box, but at least you got a steak. If given the option to be in a box with a steak, okay, if I asked you, wait, you're asking me? I'm asking you. Great, let me grab my pen. Let me grab my pen. Have you ever done this before? No, if anybody asks. Right. If I was in a... Okay, you're giving me a chance to be in a box for an hour to 4 hours, and I don't know. I can breathe and everything's fine there. Okay, it's a decent sized box, okay. And all I'll have with me is a notebook, a pen, and a steak. Yes? Yes. You can ask me one question before you make your choice. What question do you ask me? I ask you, what temperature is it? How do you answer? Oh, does it matter? You asked the wrong question. Can I still go in the box? That's the right question, because it shouldn't be dependent upon any sort of terms. You either know you want to be in the fucking box with a steak or you don't. I thought maybe it would matter that because I'm a fan of no. Are you going to explain why? No. Because, as I learned from you, explain begins with something that no longer is. But if it's not plain, then it must be unplain, exciting, something. No. You won't? Alright, fine. As long as it's a medium rare. I don't care. It's really true that I love all sorts of steak. As long as there's something to eat. It's no more than 4 hours. But I thought that my ambiguity from asking what temperature is it and not referring to either the steak or the box would somehow cue to you that I could be an A student. A student! I just want to catch somebody's attention. That's all? That's all. Hey, that's dumb. That's dumb. You just said I was an A student. Sometimes we have to get through these moments. And sometimes we can just go the other way. Leave that moment right there. Just look around. Leave the exercise. No, we don't have to get through the moments. I wish somebody would have told me that when I was younger. I'd be a lot younger. Whew. Well, that's some good stuff. Is it good stuff? But it's fun still. The muse's name is Thompson. He's the 11th one. He sounds like he was a black sheep. We don't know any more about him. Amanda tried to hold him hostage earlier because she was dire for some writing material because she's afraid that she has reduced any meaning or intention or seedlings of potential writings or explorations or whatever it is to just like this, what she calls Amanda's map, which is rooted in like the letters of a word. Weird. She thinks that letters of a word could matter. You say words? I didn't mean to say a word. So she's scared that she's just being reduced to all of these letters of the alphabet and taking them away from words and putting them into words and then trying to draw meaning from those and then thinking about prefixes and suffixes and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes she can't remember what she was going to say, but sometimes that works in her favor and sometimes it doesn't. She was leaning into it for a while, but now because of recovery and a whole bunch of different stuff, she fears that she will be perceived in a manner that she would not be a fan of, and more importantly, a manner that she wouldn't have minded if it didn't come along with certain other feelings. Like, she was already going there on her own, not on a dare or anything, with this experimental work and stuff, but now she doesn't want people to discredit, to think that her writing has a reason for being how it is for any other reason besides the reasons that it is how it is. And she knows that she can't be fully aware of all the reasons that she is how she is and how she writes what she is and that she can only catch the half of it and she doesn't half of it. Something like that, I don't know. She's always having something that I'll show you later. Sometimes it's alright, but most of the times it's not really. It's not there. I can hear you! Okay, what was it earlier about Little Bow Wow? It wasn't anything about Little Bow Wow. It was, I took a Bow Wow and you held it up like that. Because you asked me what? I held up the bow wow to the crow's nest. That all part right there was just pretend. Bow wow. Taking credit, it hurts. Receiving praise, it hurts. Ooh, I don't like it. That's why we curtsy. I held up the bow wow to the crow's nest. Told them it was one of silence. Then little bow wow of silence I took and wouldn't bring back. That's what it was. I wasn't going to bring it back. I said I have it right here. That's what it was. As though I had stolen or taken because I said I took. That's right. I held up the bow wow to the crow's nest. The bow wow I have taken. That's funny. The bow wow I had taken was silence. I had my left hand on my heart. Snoop Dogg. That's why he's not allowed to house it. I had my left hand on my heart. And my right held the bow wow. Shut up! This is just so I can remember the moment. It's not writing. And the right hand up in the air. And the right hand up holding the bow wow. And the right hand holding the bow wow. And the right hand holding. And the right hand up. It's a small bow wow. It's the same bow wow. It's just like but the part that was funny of it to me was I made wordplay. Oh, I gotta watch the wordplay. Maybe I should create a wordplay book. Just a bunch of X's and O's, and you know what that means? Hugs and fucking kisses, because that's all it really comes down to. And we don't know how to dissect the word. Playbook. What was the other thing about the game? Game. Alright, the bow wow I made, I brought it back. The bow wow I made, I got to bring back. I got to bring back, admittedly, on stage in front of everybody. This, if anybody saw this, and probably even me later. The word playbook. Everybody's already made it, but I want to make it. That's not what I want. This is why I need to understand football. I'm sure it matters that everything has a role and position and thing to do. But the thing is, all the rules about not being able to go back to a line and back to a line, all that stuff is out the window. So why does the play matter? The play matters because, is this the listener of the audience? Yes. There's only one circle ever. Maybe there should be the X and you're always the circles. They'll be the X because that marks the spot where it's going to be heard. And then you're always the circles. Perfect. And you are coming from a different place every time. It might be able to work even if it's just pretend or exploring. It's a next sensation. It's only going to be interesting for as long as it makes sense, and it never does. Put your hands together. Try taking them apart now. Got you. Ah, she's in. Thompson, welcome to the house. This is a castle, yes. But we also like to think of castle as a verb. So whatever happens, don't move your books too soon, because you might need that move. What was it that ended with R? Entertainer. Starts with enter and ends with emergency. And holding all together. All of these tigers today at the circus were like, oh my gosh, after work. And they were like, today at work, I was just writing poems all day. Poem after poem, just putting out poems here and there. No, not true. All right, the fireman at the, okay, forget it. We can't do that. We tried and it just sounds stupid. All right, good way to quit. Thank you. Entertainer. Begin. Oh yeah, because there are no exits. It's a dangerous place. Blah blah blah. If people come in, we have to. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Never mind. This isn't writing. This is me remembering. There's not enough space on the little form. They ask you all this stuff. It's like, why did you come in today? Why did you come in today? Just kidding. I just wondered what it would have sounded like if I ever said that in the first place. We call it skits for skits. I can't take credit because the dude that I met one time at the hospital, he said it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so genius. I wonder if somebody's ever used that before. Have they? I don't know. They called it skits for skits. With ER, which is short for... It's not short for, it stands for. I like it when it stands for. Somebody's got to emergency room. Isn't that funny? You say it slowly enough and in a lower register, it sounds like something taking off or passing by. Calmly, though. Powered by something. It's fueled by something. And it's now by you. By you, like gone by me or gone by, or by me? You mean like a book by me? I love that a book is the thing of collections, but also does mean to book. I love the booking gift that runs away. I love all of those things. I love all of those things feeling so relevant and middle. Like if all of these things are ovals, because it would be a Venn diagram, but it would be such a Venn diagram of so many things and concepts of like different instances of Amanda's math, that at the middle, oh, it's a big flower. At the middle, would be the little parts of the overlapping Venn diagram. Or it would be like a flower. It would be like one of those little thingies where you have the pen and the spiral thingies. Geometry makes the prettiest little flower shapes. I used to love those. They had little measurements and everything. And everything. Entertainer begins with enter and ends with R. One thing he never does is point out things like this. Never says things like this out loud. Because people who do end up at the ER. Now you're getting it, kids. I wish it were a joke. One way or another, now you're getting it. Ha. 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 No. Is short for emergency. What's wrong for? That's dumb. That's a question I asked and I thought it was interesting. Amanda, this isn't going to work. If this isn't how you work, it's not going to work. Maybe we can have block schedules where in the morning maybe we need some alone time because a lot of time I spend just talking to myself, and so sometimes it's hard for me to distinguish when you're talking to yourself and not to myself. Did you say to yourself and not to myself? I don't know. Has this happened to you before? No. You don't like it? No. You're not getting anything out of this? No. What about lunch? No. Nobody wants to word play with me. Nobody wants to talk play with me. Nobody wants to stay with me. Nobody wants to say, hey, Amanda, you're there. Hey, I'm here too. No, no, no. Fine. Just go then. You have my phone number. Take your time. Pack your bags. Whatever's clever. It's cool you can stay here, but if you ever want to hang out or whatever, it's cool too. Alright, so no worries. Don't forget the NDA. The NDA is the DNA. It's spun more than your story is. And I'm telling you more, but he licks. Gross! Now we have to rate the whole thing R just because of that. You see why it matters where you put parts of words? They call this sex education. For artists. Ow. It's more fun than your story is. Ow. Exactly. More bloody than your allegory is. Oh, burn! We should make you a sash. Because that's the only way you'd ever say you was a phoenix who rose from it. It's a pageant. Where everybody wins? No, I don't like that last part. But there was something cool there and I can't remember it now. What was it? Was you? I really liked part of it before the pageant sash. What was it? No. No. Ouch! Enough! Must quit. No! No. She said ow. She said ow. Tell me, please. It wasn't good? No, it wasn't good. I guess none of it matters. None of it matters! Thank God, because I don't... There's... The notes don't say a thing. The notes don't say a damn thing. I want to try to remember, but I don't want them to see me not remember. Excuse me. Damn it. What was I thinking? Doesn't matter. That part wasn't even that interesting, but there was something after that I thought was good. There was one little singular little piece of punnery that I really liked. Really liked. The story. Was that all? Before the sash. The moat. Call. Hang out. I told them use. I told her. It's fun in your stories. Oh, the gory. That's all. I really like the gory. Was it you? I'm gonna write it down first, and then you can tell me if it was you, and I can cross it out afterwards because I don't want to risk it. I like it. I don't remember. It was like good, more than your allegories. Was that all? Allegory. I like that better. That's how I'll say goodbye. I decided. When I say goodbye, I'll say it to the main. It's not going to be a side. It's the main dish. Everything I say on the side is the main dish. See? Allegory. Now, more bloody than the allegory story is. More fun than your story is. More funny than your allegory is. Let's see. More pointless than your attempt to worry is. Something like that. Fewer points than you. More pointless than your tendency to worry is. I like that voice too. We're gonna need the audio. Go. Audio. A dear audio. No, you can't plural audio or it's already saying goodbye. It's better than ciao. Boop, 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 boo. And it's better than aloha, because even that ends with funny stuff. And I've never been a fan of that. What was it? I don't know. But the last hour and 47 minutes and 32 seconds. Point. See? Your point was more pointless than your tendency to worry. See, I can't do it like that. Is that a De Niro? Nope. It's Cupid's arrow. Is that on the straight and narrow? No, it's Jimmy 2 times. Is Jimmy 2 cents? 20 cents. He says what he felt and he saved it 2 times. I like to spend all of the nonsense I say. Spend it hard and spend it fast. If you spin it fast enough, you'll have a long thread and a big backyard where all the kittens can tangle up their yarn, and later on you can make a sweater and the one sleeve will be longer. You'll wear tons of stuff on it and none of it matters. The more census, blah, 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 blah. Census, demographic, blah, 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 blah. What if the charts were? I love it. Off the charts. Off the charts. You wonder why they just wouldn't make bigger charts. Is that how badly you want to be outstanding? Like, is that how badly they wanted to be so great that they convinced the chart makers to remain mediocre? Ooh, we will impose the limits upon the way you make charts. I know charts, of course. It can be very simple. If you can make a small chart, you can make a large chart. A chart is a chart. A chart is a chart. And I'm sure a chart is an art, but also a chart is a chart. So for something to be off the charts is now means something, but when you take it back, it really says something about the chart maker. Right. She wants to consider a career in chart making now because she thinks. All right, we'll check it out. All right, see you, allegory. Like alligator. Pointless then, yeah. Then your tendency to work. Me? Yes. Tendency to worry is saw me secured. Yes. Worry is secured is also does sound like curious. Secured. I'll write that up here. Just for to remember that those words sound a little bit like each other. Secured. Yord. I also like yord. I love it too. Secured. Your. Secured is. Secured. I forgot what the other one was. Secured. That's a good word. Furious. Your ES. It's mine. Interesting. We'll stop there. Helix. That's just for fun. Ouch. I'm gonna turn on the AC. Getting really high pitched. It was a ball, I'll tell you what. And it could have just been a ball. I'm not that person gets runs all day. No one runs home all day and doesn't consider it running in circles. Get out. I don't have any meaning left. Please stop. Whoever's putting the batteries in, can you just take a pause, please? His name is Samuel. Pronounced William Samuel. Ouch! Stop making me feel higher already. I need proof that you are a friend. Local forget. This is how we vote now. No.